the mirror. It's drawn to it like a magnet. He won't cause us any problems until then. On the contrary, Guardian and Demon will be hard to keep apart. Yes, that's the other side of the coin. But, Your Grace, the man is probably the only one who can fulfill this task. Yes. Is there an alternative to exorcism? Of course, I'll do that. Alright then. First, I have to find the entrance to the catacombs under the castle. A chapel is mentioned in the records, which is found down there. That's where I guess the Black Mirror is. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Your Grace. Thank you. Good. As long as Adrian is still asleep, I can start looking for a way in. Most secret passageways in old walls have the characteristic of not being sealed completely airtight. That could help me.
Okay. Oh boy, don't tell me I'm gonna have to examine everything again with her.
The floor of the library is higher than the rest of the rooms on the ground floor. Perhaps the secret entrance is hidden under it. Or maybe just old-fashioned underfloor heating. The floor of the library, perhaps mainly lexicons and biographies about British lords. I found a book about the Guardians here. Mainly
Repeating.
a mighty pillar. The wooden cladding is decorated with carvings. There's only English literature here. Shakespeare, etc. I've already read them all.
Alright. Go on. Thank you.
There were still some old tiles stored in the cellar. If no one had saved them back then the whole floor would have had to been relaid.
There's a lot of... Oh, actually, no. There's not too many points. A lot of them are doors, so... I think I'm just gonna go straight for the kitchen and then into the cellar. Props cupboard. Yeah, they're literally giving you just about everything. Will she go down there, though? She will.
Creepy darkness. That reminds me of something very unpleasant from my childhood in the convent.
Wow, that's... I can just about make out... There's a grate here. It's a grate, and there's a large lever which probably controls the said grate. And that's where she is.
The wine barrels have been empty for decades. The last generation of Gordons were tea drinkers.
Why don't you just keep using the matches?
The sewer system under the castle couldn't deal with all that firefighting water. 3 weeks ago, the water in the cellar was still up to my knees. It'll be months before anyone will be able to access the sewer system without diving equipment.
Alright. Dark corner. More grates to the right. Or grates, gates, I guess.
Can't get any further here. The corner's just a last resting place for junk.
Lovely. Well, still look at the lever. It's bound to do something.
That's the main switch for the cellar. The electricity has been switched off completely for safety reasons.
That is true. That is true. How is she moving around in this pitch blackness?
The well seems to be dry.
So do we go down it? Water pump?
A water pump. The workmen brought it with them to pump out the cellar. This was actually only rented for a week.
How very precise. Well, let's look at the well again.
The well seems to be dry.
Yeah, there's nothing I can really do with it, is there? No, not really. So that extension cable would be quite handy right about now, wouldn't it?
The electricity in the cellar has been turned off for safety reasons. A dustpan and brush. These are clear.
Alright, so actually does she keep a diary as well? No, she doesn't. So she doesn't keep a diary.
I was almost killed by a ceiling beam during the first inspection with the workmen. That's why there are supports in here.
Okay.
The source of the fire was here in the kitchen. The room up there was the butler's room, I think.
Why do I get the feeling that I have to go upstairs to find some stuff? Well, let's at least look around here.
Black mold. According to Greg, it was caused by the extinguishing water, which offers an excellent breeding ground for molds once it's soaked into the walls. There are only Victoria's papers here. Bank statements, bills, and so on. They're of no use. Greg was going to repair the grandfather clock, but he never got around to it.
Statue of
A
Maria.
statue of the Virgin Mary. She was venerated for her humility and her firm belief in God. A plain marble pedestal. I almost like it more than the sculpture on it. I didn't even like horses when I was a little girl. I prefer small animals.
Okay, well, what is small? Small compared to a human? Well, let's go up, I guess. Just the painting and boxes.
When I first came here, this room wasn't being used. I've had everything that's still usable brought into here. Paintings tell a lot about the period in which they were painted. Fortunately, these ones weren't too badly damaged by the fire.
Well, that seems to be it for this room. It's not a lot.
Lady Victoria was always very vigilant when I was in the room. I
Ah,
hardly had the chance to have a look around.
that probably means a secret.
Well, she'd understand now.
Means that there is something then.
Victoria's dressing room. The only area in this room I could have a look at. But in vain, though. There really are only clothes here. I completely forgot about the machines. As soon as all of this is over, I'll have them picked up. Just a minute. There's a syringe here with adrenaline in it. I'll take it with me just in case of an emergency.
Okay. So you're supposed to try that?
The image of a beautiful woman. I'm thinking that must be Maria. Those are all things that were close to Victoria's heart. But there's nothing of interest to me there, though.
Only 2 items left.
There's only jewelry in here. 2 necklaces, a pair of earrings, and rings. It's all silver and stylish. Huh. The jewelry case weighs at least 5 kilos. And what is that? There's some kind of flap on the underside. But how do I open it? I can't see any keyhole or anything like that. I'll show it to Adrian as soon as he's awake. Perhaps he knows something about it.
Maybe he does.
Even though she was really ill in her final days, she still set great store in keeping a well-groomed appearance.
Alright, so I'd say jam a dagger in there.
The casket is too sturdy. The dagger would just break.
Okay, that really is sturdy then. Or the dagger's really just shite, but you'd expect not.
Adrian is still asleep. I'll leave him in peace.
Oh, he's sleeping in there. Okay. Alright.
I wanted the rabble to be stored in the hall, so that the kids that sometimes meet outside the castle don't injure themselves. But I didn't think it would be so much.
Yeah, gonna say.
I don't see any way to get through this door.
No shit. Alright, so that is everything except for the globe and...
I once saw such a huge globe in the museum in Moscow. It was also made of metal. I remember that Australia was only half depicted on it, because they hadn't yet mapped it out completely when they made it.
Huh.
The Gordon family crest. A shield with blue background and 5 golden lilies. The entrance to the catacombs used to be under the foundation stone, but Marcus had it sealed off. Now it's only a cellar down there. The entrance to the now it's...
Yet she keeps repeating it. Again. Very suspicious.
The entrance to the catacombs must be in...
Okay, so you can't even go outside. That really limits what you can do. I like that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything in the library. Carpet again. Can I cut it open? Take a needle through it? Family tree, maybe? I'm not sure how that would help.
The Gordon family tree. Many of the guardians were women. Isabella, Emily, Rosa. But also Marcus Gordon, Albert, and Durham. There are records on them in the Vatican Library. The Gordon family tree. Many of the guardians, but also...
Yeah, okay.
Perhaps the secret entrance is hidden under it.
Well, why don't you check? Yeah, I don't really see anything being of any use there. Wow, that really restricts you. Pretty much means that I have to do something with what I have here.
The entrance to the catacombs must...
Okay, so you can't even go outside. Not even to the greenhouse.
The wonderful cutlery didn't survive the fire very well. I've stored the remains in boxes upstairs.
Okay. All this then has to be everything there is.
I'm sure there's wine stored in these barrels.
Well, this kind of sucks. So there's something with that well. Can't just use something on it, can I? Well, how much more to the right can you go? This much. Okay, so there's just a well here now.
The well seems to be...
The well's dry. Well... Oh wait, can I drop a match down there to see? Or something?
The well seems to be dry.
That did not help. No, that did not help at all. I mean... Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing down here. I obviously gotta go down the well, I'd say, but... Yeah, I'm not sure how the game wants me to do it. I feel like I'm just missing one option or something. There's nothing in here. Yeah, just a black stain. Can I cut that out? No.
Black mold. According to Greg.
Okay. Well, there's just a black stain to examine there. Just the foundation stone here. I can't go to the passage. There's nothing at all I can even do here. Yet it seems like this is kind of the room. Damn it. Give me a hint. Give me something to work with.
Adrian is still asleep.
Okay. Still can't go in there. There's literally nothing in this one. So basically we have 2 items we can look at, and that is it. Well, I'm not sure what to make of this. I really do feel like I'm missing something so obvious. I hate that. Alright, well, I guess then this would make a good point to call it a set. Before anything else goes wrong, possibly. So, yeah. Very good set, I'd say. Despite the problems and issues, which made it a bit more annoying for me, personally. But, yeah. We completed a chapter and then went through a chapter, in quote marks. Because that was really, really short. And now we're playing as a different character, which, you know, exploring catacombs, if I can get there. Which I really just hope it won't fuck up with the darkness in the cellar and the upcoming catacombs. Because, yeah, that might be an issue, but I hope it works out. So, yeah, for now, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys next time. See you, dudes.